Hey, I'm Dayton Picard, and you're watching the Beef Bar Bruin Banter TV.
Welcome to the 12th episode of the Beef Bar Bruin Banter TV. Just a little recap of what's been going on in Bruins land the last little while. They had Parents' Weekend last weekend. Kind of mixed results there for them, beating Laurents 5-2 last Friday and then losing 5-3 to Kindersley on Saturday. Also, a busy week in terms of roster moves for the Bruins. They traded Roger Taguna to OCN in the MJHL for futures. They acquired a defenseman, Leighton McLaughlin, from the Alberta Junior League, and also released forward Brandon Halbowitz. So it's been a busy week, and we'll get right into it as this episode goes along. Welcome back to the Beef Bar Bruin Banter TV. We're joined by Bruins defenseman Dave Robertson and his father Gavin. Gavin's here for Parents' Weekend with the Bruins this weekend. And Gavin, how have you enjoyed the experience coming in from Boissevain, Manitoba, and getting to see two Bruins games here?
Well, it's just been fantastic. The facility is second to none, and it's a pleasure to come and watch your son playing in such a fantastic situation.
And obviously, you know, when your son's playing junior hockey, you never know how far away they might end up, right? It turned out he's not all that far away. How nice is it to be able to make the drive?
Well, it's one of our closer teams, although we're in Manitoba. It's probably the third closest junior team he could play for, so it just worked out great.
Dave, what's it like having your parents here to watch a couple games?
It's awesome. You know, they can make it out to a lot of games because they're not that far away. But yeah, it's great that they do a weekend like this for all the parents to come out and see where their sons get to play and stuff like that. It's really good.
So has this been your first trip here to see him play, or have you been here, you know, before this season?
No, we've been here quite a few times. Like, it's only 2.5 hours for us, so we can make it out and go home the same night. So I think this is our 6th game here, and we went to Melville for the first game of the season, and then I think we also went to Yorkton. And it's a 4-hour drive, but that's okay. Only does it once.
Yeah. What's it like also, you know, you've obviously got all the other parents here, two of the other players, just getting to know some of them and, you know, having something in common?
Well, you know, just getting to know all the parents. Like, David's lucky enough that he stays with Connor, and we've got to know his parents and his billet family, and, you know, just great people.
Dave, anything you want to say about, you know, your parents helping you to get to where you're at?
Yeah, you know, they really helped. I probably wouldn't be here without them. You know, they put me through hockey, so helped me out a lot. So I really can't thank them enough for all they've done for me.
That's going to do it. Gavin, I'm sorry for calling your son a cheater a few episodes back.
Absolutely, because he just hates to lose, and I don't think he would cheat just to win.
That's going to do it. Thanks, guys. Welcome back to the Beef Bar Bruin Banter TV. We're joined again by Bruins Director of Player Personnel, Rick Oakes. Rick, we're going to talk about another prospect today, one that's probably one of the most exciting in the Bruins organization right now, that being Lyndon Pasterchak from Bean Fate. As a 16-year-old this year, he was somewhat in the running to make the team as a 16-year-old, which is not something you see too often in the SJHL. What do you see from Lyndon that makes him so effective and such a good prospect?
Yeah, Lyndon came into spring camp last year and had a great spring camp and just carried it into the fall camp. And you're absolutely right. He had a great shot at making the hockey club, and if it wasn't for the fact that we were fairly deep overall, that he probably would have made the team. He's back in Yorkton for his second year at the Harvest, and he's leading their team in scoring, and he's actually in the top 10 in the league overall, and their team is really starting to show some life here lately and playing very well, and we're happy with Lyndon's progress. He's coming along very well, and we're excited about the prospects he brings for next year.
Yeah, he had a great rookie season in Midget AAA at 15 last year, and like you said, he's doing well this year, 22 points in 15 games so far. Obviously one of those players who's had no trouble adjusting to the midget level.
No, not at all. He's just one of those guys. He knows the spots to go to. He's a goal scorer, and he's improved his skating quite a bit since his Bantam year, and just continues to get better day after day. And I know Jeff's very happy with him in Yorkton, and we're very excited about him for next year. So,
obviously, he does have some WHL interest as well. How nice would it be for you guys to be able to get him here next year?
Yeah, definitely. He's a Red Deer list. I know they're high on him as well. So we'll see what happens. He definitely fits into our plans as a 17-year-old, and it's just a wait and see if he fits into their plans in Red Deer as a 17-year-old. But even if he came and spent a year with us and got that development he needed and moved on as an 18-year-old, that's fine by us too. But we'll see what happens. Just a wait and see.
All right, thanks, Rick.
You're welcome.
Welcome back to the Beef Bar Bruin Banter TV. We're here with the Beef, joined by Bruins head coach and GM Keith Cassidy. And Keith, I guess the general manager part of your job is really at the forefront right now with the December 1st cut-down deadline on Saturday. Just how much is your phone ringing right now on average?
Well, I didn't get much of a chance to have lunch there without it ringing. Goes off about every minute or so with a new message. Whether it's players on the wire or people calling, inquiring about players. So it's a busy time of year, but that's part of the job.
Does it seem like there's a whole lot of activity around the league, just in terms of talks and, maybe teams looking for certain players?
Well, I think, there's been a significant deal already with Larange and Melville, but the thing is, it's so the way the league's set up, it's so tight at this particular point that anybody still thinks they have a chance. And for any big moves to be made, I think you're going to be seeing those more on January 10th. Right now, people are trying to shore up spots that they feel they need improved, and I don't know that there'll be any blockbusters, but you never know. It's an interesting time of year, and we'll see how it plays out.
You guys have obviously made a few roster moves here leading up to the deadline, mostly moving out players, but you did add Leighton McLaughlin, the defenseman from Alberta, and obviously trading Roger Taguna to OCN, and also moving out Ben Williams and Brandon Halbowitz. Just give us an idea of, the activity over the last little while and how you're feeling about the way the roster looks now.
Well, I think the biggest thing for us is just we got some guys back and healthy, and we needed to get down in numbers. Both Ben and Brandon certainly worked hard for us, and we appreciate what they brought to the team. But we feel they need to get playing. They need to get some more ice time. So we moved them on to other opportunities. With Roger, I think it's a case of I think we were expecting a little more out of him. He's a 20-year-old, and as a 20-year-old, you got to have a little bit bigger impact than he had. I think over 9 games he got significant ice time, and I think we were expecting a little more. But he was a good guy, and we moved him on to a good opportunity in OCN. So, but I think right now, just getting down in numbers, getting down to what you're basically going to have for the rest of the year, I think that's. I'm not going to call it reassuring for the players, but I think now we can get to work as a group and have a little bit more cohesiveness rather than wondering who's in and out of the lineup all the time. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that works.
Is there anything else specifically you're looking for here, leading up to December 1st in terms of additions?
Well, as always, I mean, if there's a player that can come in and have a positive impact on this team, we're always open to exploring that. So if that does come up, we'd love to add somebody that can help.
Another move that I forgot to mention there, obviously losing Austin Doe to the Prince Albert Raiders this week. He really seemed to be heating up lately, tied for the team scoring lead, and part of that line with Cole Olsen and Tanner Fraze. How much of a loss is that for you guys?
Well, I think in the short term, it's gonna hurt us a little bit because they were developing some chemistry. Austin was starting to come around and find his game, and he added something on the power play for us. Our power play's been struggling a little bit, but he was a bit of a bright spot that way. But you know what? It's always great for especially a player like Austin who's spent some time in the Western League to have the opportunity to go back there. And that's if we can help a player do that, we certainly want to, because it's about moving players on and helping them get to the next level. And if that's where he wants to be, then I'm fully supportive of it.
And PA obviously losing a few players temporarily, for different tournaments going on around right now. Is there any indication that he might be back later?
Well, I mean, it's really going to depend on how he plays, I suppose. They're going to be bringing in, whether it's 2, 3, 4 junior A guys to help, cover the losses over the next little bit here. I know they're probably going to have room for one of those players, when everybody's back and all is said and done. So, Austin's got an opportunity to stick there if he puts his best foot forward, and that happens to be what they're looking for. Then, he's got a good opportunity.
You guys lost to Norton there on Tuesday, 4-1. It sounds like a game where you had lots of opportunities to put some more goals on the board, but just couldn't do it.
Yeah, it was like second verse, same as the first, right? I mean, it's kind of a recurring theme. Lots of chances, no finish. And I think right now, figuring out how to get the guys to relax at that. I mean, we're getting the players in position to capitalize. And I think at that key moment where it comes to putting the puck in the net, whether we're freezing up or squeezing the stick a little too tight. I think we got to find a way to get past that because, looking at the game tapes, the guys are going to the right spots. Putting the puck where it's supposed to be. I'm not taking anything away from Yorkton. They're a good team. Their goaltender played well, but when we do get those opportunities, it'd be nice to continue to bury them. I mean, we had spurts there where we were putting the puck in the net over the last little while, and that age-old problem kind of reared its head again in Yorkton. So looking to put that behind us and have a good road trip here.
Yeah, you've got a crucial stretch coming up here, 4 road games in 5 nights, and 3 of them going up north. Are you guys looking at this as a make-or-break stretch for you?
Well, I wouldn't call it make or break, but it certainly is important. I mean, every game is important to us at this point, considering our position in the standings, and we're going to, again, approach it one game at a time and see what kind of battle and what kind of heart we've got. And that's what we're looking for on the road. No better place to find out if we got that.
That's going to do it for this week. We'll see you next week.